Okay, I rebooted the computer. 2019 is clearly not yet the year of Linux on the desktop, but any day now, any year now it will be. So the idea being that we want to take into account the mass of the added fuel. Okay, so for part two, we want to add up the mass of the we want to add fuel for the fuel, etc. Okay, so let's call this fuel for the fuel. Um, uh, and let's let's see how they do this. Um, Calculate the fuel requirements for each model separately, then add them up at the end. Okay, that was what I was wondering about. So mass int again, which is going to be an int, um, and so let's say total equals 0, and let's say while mass is bigger than 0, total plus equals mass, and mass equals what do I call it? Fuel of mass. So I think that's what they're saying they want us to do. So basically, we need fuel for the fuel, fuel for that fuel, etc. And so basically, I have some total, and I start with my mass. I add it in. I compute the fuel for that. As long as that's positive, um, I add that to my total, compute the fuel for it, and keep going. And they gave me a couple of test cases. Um, so, so like 14 is 2. So assert fuel for the fuel 14 equals 2. And 1969 is 966. So assert fuel for the fuel of 1969 equals, that's 1969, equals 966. And assert fuel for the fuel of 100, 756. I probably named this stupidly. Is 50346. So let's run this and check those assertions. So that one did not work, and so let's see if there's something tricky. So let's just print mass, and don't need that, run it again. Three, 4, 0, 2, 6, 0, 9. That's something different. 14, 2. Sort fuel for the fuel 14 equals 2, and that's because I don't want to include the original. So sorry. So what I should have done is said so sorry. So let's say next fuel equals fuel mass, and while next fuel is bigger than 0, total plus equals next fuel, and then next fuel equals fuel of next fuel. Okay, so now let's try running this again, and it's still wrong. let's see what it's saying. It's saying 2, and so let's see. Fuel requires no further fuel. So the total fuel required is still just 2. Fuel total. So let's see what I'm doing wrong. 2, 0. So then I do 2. What happens when I do fuel of 2? -2. Oh. Return total. How about that? Okay, so now my assertion works. So now what I want to do is I already have these masses, and so I want to say that what is the sum of the fuel requirements for all the modules on your spacecraft, and I'll say how the matter of the fuel, add them all up at the end. So so I already have masses. So part 2 equals the sum fuel for the fuel of mass for mass in masses, and then print part 2. So now let's run this, and it's saying that I should get this number, which seems reasonable. So let's do that. That's the right answer, and I have completed day 1. So that's good, other than having to reboot and having my Linux problems. That seems to work. So thanks for watching, and hopefully tomorrow I won't have computer problems the way that I did today. So I will stop streaming.